Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I am Mare and I am a retired makeup artist, hairstylist, rooster mom, nail tech makeup artist, hairstylist, esthetician with very loud chickens and roosters and ducks who now lives on a mountain in the middle of nowhere with all these feathered wackadoos and 4 dogs and 2 adopted guinea pigs and a fish. And no, I don't do this makeup and hair and everything anymore professionally, but I did. And do I miss it? Yes and no. Some days I do. Most days I don't, because I get to sit here on the makeup patio. Oh, let me show you the makeup patio. Look what I've learned I can do. Watch this. Look. Ethereality palette by Jolie Beauty, which is what is on my eyes right now. I was showing it when I did this look and I noticed I can do this. Oh, here's where we are. My dog's out there. I don't know if you can see them. Probably not, but there are chickens and ducks. They're way the heck out there. They're hard to see. But yes, we're outside. You can see the sun. Look in the mirror. Sun. Gorgeous. Hello, camera. Starting this off really goofy because I'm about to lose my mind because we got 18 spring palettes. I've been in the vault again. If you are new here, you missed my favorite green palettes. But you can go back and watch those. I am very casual here, by the way. I'm blowing bubbles in my Chamberlain coffee. This is cinnamon bun latte, oat milk. So I got these Chamberlain coffees and I also got this one. This is a 2 coffee day. You're going to need to get some drinks. You're going to need to get some snacks. We have a whole stack of palettes to go through. Now, in my favorite green palettes video, I know there was probably a lot of frustration because I made a joke that I went into my vault. I do not have a vault. I have a shelving unit with all my palettes on it. But I like jokingly calling it my vault because it is very Jeffree Star of me to collect a ridiculous amount of crap that either you never see me with or I don't use. And I am starting to use it all because I have a thing this year. 2025 is the year of use it or lose it. So I've been pulling out a lot of old palettes. I'm going to continue to do that. I am mostly on a low buy. Not mostly. I am on a low buy this year. I'm not getting every palette that comes out. In fact, several palettes have come out already that I really wanted that I did not get. And one that I did. I broke, you guys. I broke. That's a different video. I'll probably leave it at the end of this or in a card if I film it afterwards. But yes, I did break on one of my low buys. Couldn't help it. There was a 35% off sale. But it was on sale. That's how I ended up with all these palettes. But it was on sale. Okay, many I did get on sale. Many I did not. Because we're on coffee number 2 now today. We are doing the mocha. I tried the cinnamon bun. It was good. It said now sweeter or something like that. And I'm like, Emma, it's not super sweet. Which is good. I like that it's not super sweet. So this is the mocha latte. Okay, I like this one more actually. Sweeter recipe. I definitely like the mocha latte more than the cinnamon bun, which is weird because cinnamon is my favorite. Enough about my coffee. Let's get into the palettes. So I have decided with my spring palettes, I am going to do something extra special for you guys. That way, if you are shopping for spring palettes, you don't have to watch my whole video and go, but none of these are available anymore. I have a section of palettes over here on a little side table that are my palettes that are no longer available or that they don't make anymore or that I wish they would bring back. All the palettes that you can't get anymore that I love for spring are going to be in a separate video. This is video part 1. These are palettes that I researched. I found all the links and the links will be in the description box to any of these you might want to buy. Now, disclaimer, I am not responsible if they have sold out or disappeared by the time I get to showing you guys this video, okay? But I'm doing my best. I'm getting this up fast. I researched these. I checked them. They're available. Without further ado, getting into the first palette, which is available, Jolie Beauty Ethereality. That is what is on my eyes. And I specifically for this video used as many shades as I could in this eye look, which is why it is over the top crazy. I did not use the pinks, but I used a lot of the greens and the blues and some of the purples. This is such a good spring palette, and it's been out for years, so I think people might have kind of forgotten about it when it came out. Oh my god. So, see if you can pick out the shades that are on my eyes. Pretty, pretty. I'm not going to swatch a bunch because they're on my eyes. Now, my last video with the greens, I did not swatch anything. I have brought out wipes, so I may do some swatching. Oh, also stay till the end because I'm doing something different this time. These are bonus products. These are not palettes. These are my favorite spring highlighters and blushes and some eyeliners. So Ethereality, Jolie Beauty. And I'm not a pastel girly, but I really like this. Here's 3 shades that I chose to show you. Look at the multi in this one. I love this one. This is the one that's under the middle of my eye. And there they are right there. So they're really pretty. They're very shimmery. I am very pale, so hence, if I hold it back here, you can see it a little bit better. Anyway, 3 of my favorites from that. As I said, too, everything is linked below. I do not have affiliate codes for any of these, you guys, but you can look up Batty Bean. Betty Jean has a lot of affiliate codes. Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. Ooh, windy. She has a lot of affiliate codes. I just blew out my candle because the wind is going to mess it all up. Who else? Robert Welsh has a lot. Robert Welsh, speaking of, let's just do this. See what I did there? Robert Welsh has a lot of codes. And he does, I believe, have a code for Blend Bunny. This is Robert Welsh in Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I'm saying this is a good spring palette because if you look at this side, you have all these light colors and you have the yellows. Now down here, a little bit moodier, but you can do a lot of spring looks with this. But this is really a good year-round palette. I've used it several times and I love it. Number 7 is kind of like a weird like topper. I'm showing you this white pearly crystal and number 7 because they're really light, but they're really pretty. I'm going to do them on my hand, I think. But see how light these are? But they're pretty. The shifts are really nice. So these would be really pretty for like spring looks. So you can do something a little bit deeper and then use these. But the yellow and the green and the blue are straight up spring right here. And the mattes. And I'm going to be doing some spring looks with this. So if you want to see that, come back for those. This is the yellow shimmer and that's the green and there's the blue. Highly recommend that palette, honestly. And don't you want to get anything that Robert Welsh has his name on? Pretty much, yeah. I really had trouble with Blend Bunny because at first I thought Blend Bunny doesn't really have very springy palettes. Then I realized Lure, which is the mermaid theme, which I almost did today. These top rows, very springy. And then you can go deep. Look, springy does not have to mean everything pastels, okay? I've been doing that with my makeup the last few days. I have been doing goth spring. I have been doing mermaid goth spring. I have been doing pastel goth. So just because it's spring doesn't mean, I mean, don't think all pastels. Please don't be that person. Don't do all pastels. Like these shades right here, bright pops of color, think tulips. Get inspiration from flowers like tulips. Here's your job. Go Google parrot tulips. I'm a master gardener. It's a thing I did when I moved here because I love it. And I'm a mega gardener. I'm going to swatch a few of these. So Pearl, Storm Ahead is the matte, Pirate's Life, Folklore. Let's do here. Wow. I love this multi-chrome though. That one's so pretty. I want to do a spring look with these shades. I really want to do like mauves and like mint greens. In fact, I need to write that down. Set a reminder for me to do a makeup look using mauves and mint greens.
Okay, I've added to a makeup look using mauves and mint greens to the list.
Yeah, can highly recommend, but it is definitely a very particular color story. But these are the 2 Blend Bunny palettes that I love and I really want to challenge myself to use as much as possible. I have 2 number 1 palettes from Blend Bunny and I said I was going to show these in my other video, but I just have to show you guys. This is the Dollhouse palette. Look, it might not seem like me with all these light nudes up here, but they're so pretty and they're so well done. Everything about this palette is so well thought out. If you see the Dollhouse anywhere, on Mercari or anything like that, I can highly recommend this. Love this. It is going to go in my palettes that I wish they still had. And this one they might have back. I'm not sure. Longing. Longing is, I would say for me personally, from a gothy, spooky, more moody standpoint, my favorite spring palette. And it's because I love these purples and greens right here. Like if you even take away the dark, these. It's a very moody palette. I'm going to hold it up back here. But Longing is gorgeous. I absolutely love this palette. And if you know the meaning behind it, I don't want to go into the whole thing, but there is a lot of meaning behind this palette. It is just absolutely beautiful, and I really need to use this more too, so I'm keeping this out. So that's another one that is going to, you'll see in part 2. But I love Blend Bunny so much because her palettes, just the way she thinks them through is just amazing. Okay, this one you can get, I double checked. Aurora Struck. Do we remember when this came out and everybody lost their damn minds from ColourPop? 30 dreamy shades inspired by the Northern Lights in matte metallic, matte sparkle, and pearlescent glitter. So you don't have multi-chromes in here, but there's a ton of colors, $35. And this is such a beautiful palette, and it's very springy. And guess what? I haven't used it. Why have I never used this palette? Because it's one of those palettes where I looked at it and I went, it's so pretty, I don't want to use it. In fact, until just yesterday, last night, it was still in the box with the plastic cover on it. I really decided this year, if I don't use things, I need to get rid of them. So I'm giving myself this year to use what I have. If I don't use it by the end of the year, I have to donate it or give it away or declutter it. So believe me, I am doing makeup every day because I don't want to have to give away this. I don't want to have to declutter it. I love it. It's so pretty. I'm going to get really close. I think people forget. One thing I like about doing this is I have a lot of palettes because I have been doing low buys. Some people are showing all these new palettes, and they're all the palettes that are out now. Mine are some oldies but goodies that have been out for a while, like these two. Oh my god, I didn't take them out of the box. Pastel Pup from Menagerie, which I just did a look with. I did a pastel goth look with this. This is such a cute palette if you like pastels, but it also has a black and a white. But I really liked the look I did with this. I didn't think I would, but I did. That's Snowball. It's very shimmery. I'm not a pastel person, but I think these pastels are so saturated. Okay, ignore the black in my swatch. I smudged my finger in the black. But they're very saturated pastels. If you like pastels that are mega pigmented, I would say mega pigmented pastels. Pastel Pup by Menagerie is my #1 palette I can recommend for that. It has the seal of approval. This is Paws, so they did claws and paws. I totally didn't think of this as a spring palette, but it's pretty springy. And this is available as well. So this is Paws from Menagerie. I do believe this one said low stock alert, and there might not be that many left of these. So if you want this, I would suggest you get it, and I know you want me to swatch this multi-chrome right here called Good Boy. Love this because you can do a look this way, you can do a look that way, you can do a quad look, like those four, or those four. Same thing, like it's set up really nicely. But you could do these here, like this. Okay, let's swatch a couple of these, because I never did with this one. Good Boy and Canada. I know you want to see the shimmery ones. Everyone's like, show us the shimmers. So these are the three. Look at the multi-chrome. That's Canada. This is Good Boy. And this is Chew Toy. Ooh. Ooh, oh my god. You know I love that chartreuse crazy green. Really cool shift, especially in Canada over here. I love Chew Toy though. I gotta tell you. It's not quite as shifty as the others. It has like a gold shift to it. Let me swatch a little bit more of Good Boy because I really didn't get a good swatch on that one. That's better. So those are the multis that are in there. So this is linked down below too. Menagerie's mattes are so pigmented. Look at this. So those are the mattes. The reddish orange is man's best friend, the yellow is pupper, and the blue is called puppy dog eyes. So there's some swatches from that. The Escape Pod from Kaleidos. I don't know why Kaleidos fell off my radar. Is it just me? Are they problematic now? Is something going on? What's going on with Kaleidos, everyone? They are releasing things. I think they're not going as super release crazy as some of the other brands. But they're still kind of there, quietly doing their thing, I guess. Just haven't bought anything by them in a while. No reason, just haven't. So I have two that are really good spring palettes that are older that you guys might have forgot about. One is the Escape Pod. This is so springy. I didn't even think how springy this was. And I've only used it like twice. I need to use it again. The shimmers in that middle row are just so pretty. I've had this palette for years. I remember I loved, oh my God, these are so smooth too. Okay, we'll do Saturnalia's the green, and we'll do Space Oasis. And you know what? Let's do Amaretto, because it's like a weird orangey shade. Oh no, I see the grackles are coming again. And these are just kind of shimmeries. But see, they're nice and light. They're pale. So if you want to dip into color, but you're like, ooh, some of those are so pigmented. These are a little bit lighter, but you can see they're not quite as pigmented as the Menagerie shades. And I really, really got a lot of this on my finger. I mean, it stained my fingers a little bit, see? They're not quite as pigmented as Menagerie. They're a little bit lighter. So maybe if the pigment in something like Menagerie scares you, don't let it. It's fun. You can always just go really light hand with it. Kaleidos, their eyeshadows, for me at least, are just not quite as in your face as some of the other ones. This is Flower Punk. Do you guys remember this? It's got the cool mirror thing, and it's magnetic, so it comes up. Wait until you see what a hot mess this palette is. Look at my palette. I have used the crap out of this. I haven't actually, I'm wiping it off a little bit. I can't. It's so messy. Oh my God. I've used it several times, but I really should get more use out of it. Somewhat Melt Cosmetics feeling shades over here that are a little bit like 420 and Gemini. But then there's those. But this is, Flower Punk is such a great spring palette. Was listed on their site, but it said sold out. I was very confused about it. I'm trying to find out if they're available. Well, they don't take them off their website. The palettes are still there, and it just says sold out. And I'm like, well, does that mean that you're never making it again? Does that mean you're bringing it back? Does this mean you're not making it anymore? It's on their page. Okay, so Kaleidos, it's here. You can click on it, and it just says sold out. But then it's still here. So does this mean they're bringing it back? Because they do have other palettes that they don't make anymore that are not on here. So will they bring this back? I don't know. It's still up on the page, clearly, right here. This is Kaleidos' website. So maybe keep an eye out for this. Maybe write to Kaleidos and say, are you bringing this back? Would I spend $50 to $90 on Mercari or Poshmark? No. That is no shade to Kaleidos, but there are so many other palettes out there that are available that are like a fraction of that price, and that you can get kind of colors similar to that. I mean, I would go with the Blend Bunny Robert Welsh palette. It has a lot of similar shades in it that they're not lined up in this particular order, but they're similar. So you can make a palette from other palettes to match this. You can kind of create your own and dupe it. So would I spend that much, unless you are so invested and you're like, that's the story of your life, that color story, and you want to buy it on Poshmark or Mercari? I just find it interesting that it's still on Kaleidos' website, but it just says sold out, but they didn't take it down, because I have owned, and I still own, some of their palettes that they don't make anymore that are not listed on there. That leads me to believe maybe they're going to bring it back, or maybe it's just out of stock, but I don't know. If you are a makeup girly and you know anything about it, or have seen or heard anything, comment below. Okay, so next we'll talk about Lethal, because this one says sold out, but notify me when available. I freaking love this palette. This is the Wildflower palette, and it says the Wildflower blooms in defiance of those who call it a weed. Honestly, it sucks it's sold out, but there's a notify me when available. Maybe one of my favorite spring palettes and summer palettes. It's just gorgeous, and it's simple. It's not huge. It's 12 shades. There's those four. You can tell too, they are very, very pigmented. Lethal is always super pigmented, but yeah, this shade I have used a lot. I don't want to pop this all apart right now because we have a lot of palettes to go through. But again, this one, it's the Wildflower palette. Lethal Cosmetics, they are a super mega ethical vegan brand that I have been supporting for years, almost this whole 5 years on my channel. I have loved this brand. This is cute, and this is different. And it's hard to find a Notoriously Morbid palette that is spring that is still available, because there's like 2 or 3 of them that are going to be in part 2, palettes I wish were still available. And man, do I love those palettes. But this one is still available, and it's called Madame Violet. And I adore Notoriously Morbid. If you guys don't know, that's what the sparkles are on my lips. These are from one of their crystal gel toppers. Here is the color story. This is a very good spring goth palette. Very, very good. It's, for one thing, it's called Madame Violet, and it's got little skulls and things on it. But it's also just a good year-round palette. Even the pinks, even though they're pink, they're not like cloyingly, annoyingly pink. I've been putting off doing a look with this palette. I gotta tell you, I've been putting it off. And I really need to stop putting it off because I'm about to swatch these. Wait. Oh my god, I love this shade. It's like a silvery mauve. Okay, the darkest one, the darker plum one, is not swatching that great on the back of my hand. I don't know if that's the formula or my hand. So I'm gonna have to do a look with it and see how it goes on my eyes. This is the one I really like. It's hard to see, but it's kind of a silver mauve shade. So Madame Violet is available. I will put a link below. One thing I like about this, and I always point this out, let me see if I can get this focus. You can see they say lip safe or not lip safe under them, which I love because you can use a mixing medium, like there's a NYX mixing medium that's pretty reasonable. And you can actually make any of those into a lip shade if they say lip safe. Deemed Wicked says not lip safe. Hypnotist, the hot pink, I wouldn't want that on my lips anyway. No offense. Not lip safe. Everything else is. Like Hive, that silvery mauve, I would love to make that into a lip shade. I think we might have to do that. I want to do that and put it over black and see what happens. Next. This is so old that it's when it used to be called Shroud Cosmetics. The Creepy Cute palette. This was huge back in the day. Now, do you know who Shroud Cosmetics is? I hear some of you yelling at your screen that Shroud Cosmetics now. Shroud Cosmetics became Shroud Cosmetics, who did the Batty Bean palettes, Betty Jean, they did the collab palettes with her. Before that, though, they did Creepy Cute. So here it is. And again, this is probably one of the ultimate pastel goth palettes. Love it. Those are very pastel goth coated. Look how different it looks on my hand than in the pan, doesn't it? This one you can still get. I don't want to hear anything in the comments about Shroud being problematic. They have had some issues in the past. I don't know what's up with them. I don't know all the 411 on the Shroud Cosmetics drama. They really haven't done anything new, which is weird. I don't want to say buy this at your own risk, but there is a newer version of this that says Shroud Cosmetics on it, and I think it might be on sale. One of the Betty Jean palettes is on sale right now on their website. I don't think it's sold out. So I don't know what's up with them. If anybody's ordered from them, let me know in the comments below. This one is interesting. This is Alva by Odens Eye. This is the Alva 1 palette. Now this is still on Odens Eye's website, but it's not available and it says sold out. I bought this when I first started my channel. My channel is 16 years old now, but I started doing regular uploads 5 years ago. This is the Alva 1 palette, which is adorable. I love the little tiny pans. I've used every shade in here. Honestly, every single one. This is a very, very old palette. It's a little bit dry. It's a little bit dusty. It's not terrible. It's usable. There's nothing wrong with it. There are those shades. It's also very girly. It's very light. It's not hyper pigmented. I think one of my favorite shades in here that I use the most, it's down at the bottom. You can tell it's really gouged out, is Lilac. And I use Dandelion a lot. I'm swatching all these and showing you, and it's like, you can't get this palette. So you're like, what are you even doing? But see, I want to just show you how light they are. So they're there, but they're not hyper pigmented. They're very, that to me is also like springy. You know, it's not like what I'm wearing now. It's not like, bam. This is like very quiet spring. But there is an Alva 2 palette that is available, which is even more springy than this one. So if I was not on a low buy, or those were my kind of shades, which I don't need any more of those colors, so I'm not going to get it. But if they were, I would probably get the Alva 2 palette. And if you are looking for a good spring palette, they are from Sweden, I believe. So this one, I totally forgot about this. And you can still get this. This is the Strawberry Milkshake palette from Alien Cosmetics. No, mine is ancient. It says Alien, but this is Unearthly Cosmetics. They changed their name to Alien years ago. But springy, full of joy, cute. I did a couple of my favorite looks with this palette. I gotta say, the shades in here, I don't have these shades in any other palette. They're really unique. And yes, you can get this. Everything is exactly the same, except for I know that she has definitely improved the formula. Not that there was anything wrong with this formula. I'm swatching a bunch of these. That's some swatchy craziness right there. I know you want to see stem, which is the green. Oh my god, should I do another look with this palette? I haven't done one in years. I think this is going to go at the top of the pile. I absolutely love this palette. And it's funny because I forgot how much I love this palette. And what I was doing is I was going through Unearthly's website looking for, what do you guys have available that I have that is even somewhat springy? And then I saw that you could still get this. Crazy. So yes, you can still get that one. Can recommend if you want some really unique colors. If you like bright colors and you want to play, but the red in the middle is my favorite. Cherry on top is literally cherry on top. I freaking love that color. I could wear this every day. Okay, let me explain. This is another thing where I said set a reminder to do a look. I want to do a look that is peach and green, but specifically with this palette, and this is Sorcerous Smoke. This is my pick for, along with Longing. So you can't get Longing by Blend Bunny, right? Let me show you these side by side just so you can kind of see. So this is Blend Bunny Longing that I said I wish you could get, not available right now. This is Sorcerous Smoke. You can kind of see the shades and the things that I like in these. They're moody. They're like moody spring. If you're going for Forest Witch spring, you're going for Cottagecore spring. These are more that. And since you can't get Longing, unfortunately, and I hope you can soon, you can get this one. And I really like this palette because I am loving this quad right here. And even these. And you can tell I have used this. I do like this palette. So I look at this and I'm like, oh my god, I need to do this more. But I want to do a very Cottagecore spring. So I think I'm going to, probably tomorrow, I'm going to record a Cottagecore spring look with these shades. Because, hello, look at these. Peach and greens with that dark plum. So just giving you some crazy ideas to play around with. Janet, I'm looking at you. Nightshade is the purple I used. And I basically did this quad right here with Nightshade. Love, 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 love. So want to do a Cottagecore Forest Witch spring look with this. So that is coming very, very soon. Like probably going to record that tomorrow because I'm so excited about it. We got one last palette and it's a weird one. I saved not the best for last, I saved the weirdest for last. Not me being the weirdest person in the makeup space on the internet right now going, I'm not getting the Princesses of Europe spring palette from Nomad because they're just not my shades. It's pretty, it's gorgeous. I don't need that palette. I don't. I mean, I have enough of like kind of all those shades and I have the other Nomad, I have every other Nomad palette. Then I was looking through my Nomad palettes and then I was also looking at what do they have available. This was Nomad's fall release and it was the Fuji 5 Lakes palette. Do you guys have this? Anybody have Fuji 5 Lakes? I love this palette because it's done like a painting. This is actually raised. It's very cool. I absolutely love this palette. So this is Fuji 5 Lakes Intense Color Palette, designed on location, admiring the fall foliage around iconic Mount Fuji in Japan, proud supporter of More Trees Conservation Association. Tell me if this does not say spring to you. This is the Nomad palette from last fall. I remember I got it and I was like, huh? And I know they were doing something different. They were going for fall in Japan. If you don't look at these, hello spring and summer palette. Even that, it's like very spring into summer. I am challenging you guys. If you have the Fuji 5 Lakes palette, maybe think about this as a spring palette. Pull this baby back out. Because this is such a great spring palette, honestly. Got my little postcard and everything. So maybe a good spring palette. I just remember looking at it last fall and going, I think I'm going to save that for spring. And I'm glad I remembered to pull it out for spring. So that is all of my currently available palettes. Now I have something else to show you. These are my favorite spring blushes, highlighters, and eyeliners. We're going to go through these really quick. This is Dieverune Cosmetics. These are the water activated liners. I love these things. These are such cottagecore-esque, witchy kind of fun vibe colors. Love these. Unfortunately, this is the only one that's available right now, which is consequentially one of the most spring ones is the violet. And I really want to see what I can do with the silver. I want to do a look with this because I think it's very cool. I don't know that you would use the silver as much, but I will tell you, if you want to do something really cool, do a big giant black wing and like outline it with silver. Really, really cool. Plus, these being water activated, one thing I like about these, you have to put them in your will because you will never use all this in your lifetime. If you pan one of these, I want to meet you. This one is still available and it's on sale and it's only $9 and it will last you the rest of your life. Menagerie, I mentioned, I have been using this blush almost every day. Yes, I know it's gold. It's called the Dandelion's Glow Blush. I am obsessed with it because it gives you just like kind of a warm glow. It's right there. You can barely see it. It adds such a pretty glow to your face. Dandelion's Glow Blush. I don't know why. I love it. Obsessed with this shade. Obsessed. These are the Odens Eye Norns Highlighter set. I've had these for years. These are not available anymore. However, they are still on their website, which is weird. But they do have a Luminous collection out, and it is in the description box below. So even though you cannot get these, they're kind of marbled. Let me take the plastic off. These are ones that I was like, they're so pretty, I don't ever want to use them, and I'm starting to use them. There's the pink and gold one. Blue is the one I've been using a lot, so it's kind of smudged up. I've been using this one a lot, and I really, really like it. Pink, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I don't want to use it because it's pretty, but I'm going to force myself to use it. You can tell I've used the blue. So these in particular are not available. You might be able to find them somewhere, but may I suggest checking out the new Luminous they have listed in the link in my description box. You can kind of get the same shades. Plus they have a green that the green looks outstanding. Like to the point where I'm like, I really want to get that. But at the same time, do I need another green highlighter? No, I probably have like 5 different green highlighters. But yeah, check those out if you're looking for a cool highlighter. Now, I will tell you the Odens Eye highlighters, in my opinion, are not bouncing off and setting satellites on fire, you know, not that bright. They're very muted. They're kind of chill. They're kind of little like softer. I call them softer highlighters. They're not insane. Okay, look how much I'm swatching it. I'm really trying to get it on my finger. Now I'm going to put it on my hand. Or I'll put it on my arm. That's it. That's it. Don't blink. You'll miss it. See it? It's right there. So they're not like mega super crazy pigmented. Okay, the last thing, and I had to share this. I have not worn this in a while. I just pulled this out. I'm like, holy crap, we're using this. Fairy Blush. This is by likelymakeup.com, and this is available. likelymakeup.com from Canada. Support the Canadians. I'm buying more of Likely Makeup because it's Canadian. I'm buying it specifically. I don't care if it costs me more. I want to support them. Very, very punk. And the colors are Aquamarine, Sunstone, Rose Quartz, and Amethyst. Are you ready? I have not showed this in years. I bought this years ago. These are the blushes. The craziest spring blush collection on the planet. If you want crazy spring blushes, am I going to use these? Oh, hell yeah, I am. I'm going to use Sunstone and maybe Aquamarine when I do the peach and mint look. So there they are. See, they're not crazy. They're not crazy. Okay, the pink's a little crazy. It's right there. Green blush? Sure, why not? I know everybody can't wear this. I know they're weird colors. But hi, have we met? I'm weird. I am the weird color queen over here. I love the weird colors. So to me, fun. Anyway, that's it. That's everything. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you like me showing a two-parter like this, where these are all things you can buy, okay, that I found pretty much, other than the couple that I said, uh-oh. So come back for part 2. That was all of my favorite spring palettes that are still available, and a fall palette that I think is a spring palette. Sorry, Nomad, but Sorry, Nomad, but that's spring. That is some springy ass shit right there. If you, like me, do not feel that the princesses or European princesses or whatever it is, guys, it's Disney themed, okay? It's supposed to be kind of like Disney princesses, but they can't say that because, shh, don't say the D word. You can't say anything Disney without them going, give us money, please. So I hope you like this. Now, I am going to get ready to film part 2, and it is going to be all my spring palettes that I wish still existed, that I wish you could still buy. And you might see something in there that you will go, oh my God, if this is on Mercari or Poshmark or anywhere, eBay or anything. I will try to be honest and tell you if I think it's worth it to spend the money on that. But they are palettes that, honestly, I absolutely love. And I really love. Otherwise, I wouldn't put them in this. I would just say, well, it's not available anymore. And I did do that with some of the palettes. So come back for part 2, which will be palettes you cannot get anymore that are perfect for spring, and knock knock to these companies, bring them back. I'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, especially if you want to see my spring cottagecore forest witch look that will be coming up shortly. Thanks for watching from the Makeup Patio. Bye.